About coalition politics part 2 that will discuss 2014 up to 2020 current one. And that, era, this era 2014 up to 2025 is a new era and which generated a discussion among the political scientists and political analysts that a new hegemonic one-party dominance has emerged, although in the guise of coalition, because BJP under Modi got 282 seats in 2014, 303 seats in 2019, but not shunned off away their alliance partner. Their alliance partner remain part and parcel of their government of 14-19, 19-24. In 2024, we have a little bit weak electoral results for BJP, Modi-led BJP, 240. But if you will compare with Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru when he got elected in 52, 57 and 62, 3 consecutive elections, this is a big victory. 240 is also a big victory, given that during Pandit Nehru, awareness was very low in India. But today, awareness is very much. Give me 1 second.
Sir, Surendra sir. Sir, your mic is muted, sir. Sir?
ಅವರಿಗೆ ಕಾಲ್ ಬಂದಿದೆ ಮೇಡಮ್. ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷ.
Okay, okay.
So sorry for little interruption. So I was telling that this is a new area, new era, because full majority came, and that majority came after 30 years. 1984, Rajiv Gandhi got 412. After 1984, only 2014, 30 years down the line, a single party got full majority in the Lok Sabha. So though they formed their own government, but they kept their alliance partner in good sync and even made them ministers, etc. in Union Cabinet. In 2019, although BJP got better number, 303, almost 20 seats above than 2014, but the same situation prevailed, although due to certain political prevailing circumstances, Shiva Sena drifted away from BJP in Maharashtra, and Nitish Kumar drifted away from BJP in Bihar and went to Mahagathbandhan. But again Nitish Kumar returned into BJP fold. Again Nitish Kumar left and again Nitish Kumar came. So Nitish Kumar has become a new Ayaram Gayaram in Indian politics. You may recall as a student of political science that there was a MLA in Haryana, and two important notorious MLA, their name was Ayaram and Gayaram. So Ayaram and Gayaram were changing their camps, political camps every 2 days and keeping the government of the day unstable. But thanks to 10th schedule, which prevented when Rajiv Gandhi came into power in 84, he brought anti-defection law. And that prevented the situation of Ayaram and Gayaram. But Nitish Kumar created a new situation where entire party shifted their political affiliation. And that is a new, law in politics. But again, I have told you that politics is for power. Without power, politics has no meaning. And ideal politics mean that people who are in politics must be abided by morality. But their practical actions vindicates that they give morality a very rare, small space. But if morality in politics will be maintained, the interesting fact is that return of the day is very enormous. Take the example of Ramakrishna Hegde. When he lost 1984 Lok Sabha election, the Janata Party got only 4 seats out of 28 of Karnataka. 24 won by the Congress. Ramakrishna Hegde resigned because he was fed up with the shifting alliances of some of their MLAs. So he called for a fresh election after a few months after that Lok Sabha election. And Congress party, who got 24 seats out of 28, reduced to bare minimum in the Vidhan Sabha. And Ramakrishna Hegde got 145 only for the Janata Party, because people of Karnataka gave him absolute majority only and only due to his morality-based politics. So it never means when you are morally based, then people of that particular state is not voting you in power. You know, another present example is Yogi Adityanath in Uttar Pradesh. When in 2017 Yogi Adityanath was made chief minister, that was a nomination because the election was not fought on Yogi Adityanath's name. But in 2020, when Yogi Adityanath was the face of the election, BJP got re-elected with 254 seats out of 401 seats. And that was a massive victory given the reality that after 37 long years, people of Uttar Pradesh had given fresh mandate, repeat mandate to any incumbent government. And that is due to many policies of Yogi Adityanath. But Yogi Adityanath's morality-based politics was most accountable for that. But all politicians are not following morality. Nitish Kumar is a very big example. Mamata Banerjee in West Bengal is also an example. She was a ally of Atal Bihari Vajpayee-led BJP government. She was a minister in Atal Bihari Vajpayee cabinet. But she parted away. She, captured power in Bengal, and since last 14 years, she is ruling over Bengal. Nobody knows that tomorrow she will shift the alliance. So, given this situation, now we will examine second part of the coalition politics in India, that is post 2014 scenario. It is a shift of political consolidation. The Indian general election of 2014 marked a watershed moment in the country's political history. For the first time since 1984, a single party, the Bharatiya Janata Party, secured an absolute majority in the Lok Sabha, signaling a temporary retreat of coalition politics at the central level. However, rather than signaling an end to coalition altogether, this period has revealed a new asymmetrical coalition model characterized by dominant party-led alliances, regional balancing acts, and coalitions at the state level gaining more complexity. The post-14 era does not represent the death of coalitions, but rather their evolution. The National Democratic Alliance (NDA) remains intact, though driven by BJP's commanding presence, while the United Progressive Alliance (UPA) and emerging third fronts attempt to reconfigure their strategies. Meanwhile, state politics continues to be intentionally coalition driven, often in unpredictable and ideologically divergent ways. This perception analyzes the nature, strategies, and implications of coalition politics in India from 2014 to 2025, contextualizing its development within a centralized polity and regional assertiveness. In May 2014, the BJP claimed the first single party majority in the lower house, that is Lok Sabha, in 3 decades. The BJP's victory, superheaded by the party's prime ministerial candidate Sri Narendra Modi, ushered in a debate among political scientists and political analysts over whether the country's electoral politics was experiencing a paradigm shift. Indian politics was synonymous with coalition politics between 1989 up to 2014, following decades of Congress party dominance at the national level. But for that quarter century, no single party was strong enough to earn a parliamentary majority on its own, relying instantly on dozens of pre- and post-election allies to form a governing coalition. The BJP breakthrough in 2014 therefore prompted a debate about whether India had left the era of multipolarity, fragmentation, and coalitions behind in favor of a new dominant party system in which the BJP assumed the role of central pole that the Congress had once played. Political scientists were starkly divided in their assessments. Some scholars downplayed the magnitude of the 2014 electoral verdict from the perspective of the vote shares owned by the country's main political parties. Not as much has changed as a new headline might suggest, wrote Adam Jaifeld. Another assessment penned by Rekha Divakar concluded that although the Congress decline has continued and the BJP has won many recent state assembly elections, it is premature to conclude that the Indian party system has shifted to a BJP dominated one. The BJP solo majority but strategic alliance maintenance. In 2014 Lok Sabha election, the BJP won 282 seats, forming the government on its own but continued to maintain its NDA coalition. This reflected a strategic posture, although not dependent on allies for survival. The BJP retained partnership for expanding its electoral reach, particularly in region stronghold like Maharashtra, Shiv Sena, Punjab Akali Dal, Andhra Pradesh, TDP, and Bihar LJP. Characterization of post-14 coalition model. Dominant party control, unlike earlier coalition governments, the NDA was now led by a party that could govern alone. This created an imbalance in power dynamics between the lead party and its allies. Centralized decision making. The Modi-led government centralized policy making reduced the bargaining power traditionally enjoyed by coalition partners. This altered the cooperative character of past coalitions. Transnational alliances. Regional partners were chosen or dropped based on electoral calculation, not ideologically compatibility. For instance, the BJP parted ways with the TDP in 2018 over the issue of special status to Andhra Pradesh. Fusion of UPA and rise of fragmented opposition. Any problem? I mean, my voice is coming?
Yes, sir. Yes. No
Yes,
problem.
yes,
Yes, sir. No problem, sir.
Okay. So kindly put your mic off. So, erosion of UPA and rise of fragmented opposition. The Congress-led UPA severely weakened, struggled to hold its bloc together. It won only 44 seats in 2014. Its worst performance ever since independence. Because Congress party, as I have told, they got 197 in 89 election ever they lost. They got 235 in 1991 when Narasimha Rao formed his government. They got 140 seat in 1996. They got almost 114 seat in 99, and then in 2014, 2004, they got 145 seat. So Congress got only 44 seat, historically low since independence in 2014 election. Consequently, regional leaders like Mamata Banerjee, TMC, Mayawati, Bahujan Samaj Party, Akhilesh Yadav, Samajwadi Party, KCR, Telangana Rashtriya Sangathan began advocating for third front or federal front, which failed to materialize due to ego clashes, ideological differences, and organizational incoherence. Coalition politics at the state level 2014 to 2019. Some innovations have taken place. Despite the BJP's central dominance, coalition politics in the state witnessed dramatic shifts. Maharashtra 2019. After the 2019 assembly election, BJP and Shiv Sena fall out despite contesting Lok Sabha as allies. In a stunning reversal, Shiv Sena joined hands with the NCP and the Congress to form the Maha Vikas Aghadi MBA. This ideologically incongruent coalition illustrated the pragmatism that now defines regional coalition politics. Bihar 27 onwards. In 2015, the Mahagathbandhan Grand Alliance of RJD, JDU, Congress defeated BJP. However, Nitish Kumar JDU switched side in 2017 to align with the BJP again, only to rejoin the Grand Alliance in 2022. Bihar became emblematic of fluid and opportunistic alliances driven by political expediency. Jammu and Kashmir 2015, the PDP-BJP alliance was one of the most ideologically incompatible coalition, thou held as a symbolic bridge between the valley and the rest of India. It fell apart in 2018, showcasing the fragility of coalition arrangements where ideological compromise exceed acceptable limits. 2019-2024 coalition politics in a new competitive environment. In the wake of 2019 general election results, which come on the back of significant political changes at the level of India's states, there is empirical support for more unequivocal judgments. Indeed, the available evidence points in direction. 2014 was not an abbreviation, it was instead a harbinger of a new era. India does appear to have ushered in a new fourth party system, one that is premised on a unique set of political principles and that shows a clear break with what came before. In the 2019 general election, the BJP did the unthinkable. The party clinched a second consecutive majority in the Lok Sabha, a feat that was last accomplished by the Congress party in 1980 and 1984. With most political analysts expected the BJP to return to power with relatively larger number, very few anticipated the magnitude of the victory. The BJP increased 20 seats and got 303 seats out of 543 in the Lok Sabha, while its NDA partners won a whopping 353 seats in total. In cruising to victory, the BJP bested its historic 2014 performance in which it earned 282 seats on its own, while its alliance clinched 336 seats in all. Conversely, the result produced yet another disappointment for the opposition, Indian National Congress, which won a paltry 52 seats, just 8 seats above than 2014. The BJP has methodically expanded its footprints in India's states as well. And some states which were away from the pale of BJP's ideological appeal, BJP expanded due to the arithmetic of social engineering. As of July 2025, the BJP controls 14 states directly, while its allies control another 6. So roughly, BJP is ruling not only at the center, right now, but 20 states also, which represents a qualitative leap from its national reach just 5 years ago. An additional sign of BJP pan-Indian dominance is the fact that in 2019, it contested more seats than the Congress party for the first time in electoral history of India. In 2019, the BJP fielded candidates in 436 parliamentary constituencies compared to 421 for the Congress. In 2024, Congress contested historically low seat of 328, BJP fought a roughly around 500. BJP's second majority and shifting coalition arithmetic. In 2019, BJP again secured a majority on its own, leading a more tightly controlled NDA, yet unlike in 2014, the number of regional allies has remained same. Long time ally like Shiv Sena existed the NDA in protest against the BJP domineering style. The Akali Dal later quit NDA in 2022 over the farm issues, signaling a pattern of discontent among allies. NDA 2.0, fewer allies, more power. The BJP shifted towards expansionist politics, aiming to grow its base in non-traditional regions, Northeast South India. It began co-opting smaller parties rather than negotiating long-term alliances. The one nation, one party perception grew with critics alleging the weakening of the federal principles. Opposition reconfiguration today towards India bloc 23-24. In response to BJP dominance, opposition parties began coalescing into the formal alliance. In 2023, around 26 parties formed the India bloc, Indian National Development Inclusive Alliance. Key members included the Congress, DMK, TMC, AAP, Aam Aadmi Party, RJD, Shiv Sena, Samajwadi Party, Jharkhand Mukti Morcha, and others. The goal was to present a united front against the BJP in 2024, countering vote splitting and regional fragmentation. However, India bloc faced internal cohesion and exposed contradictions. Leadership dispute, who will be the prime ministerial face? Policy divergence, CEA, UCC, regional dominance, Congress versus Aam Aadmi Party in Punjab and Delhi, Congress versus TMC in Bengal, Congress versus Communist in Kerala, etc. Ideologically flexibility and coalition pragmatism. A marked feature of post-2014 coalition politics is the diminishing role of ideology. Alliances are increasingly pragmatic, opportunistic, and often tactical. Shiv Sena transition from Hindutva to secular coalition partner. Aam Aadmi Party Congress seat sharing occurred in 2014 Lok Sabha election in Delhi, but not in Punjab. That is very, very important, because in Punjab, Aam Aadmi Party felt that they will clinch better number of seats than the Congress. But in Delhi, they felt that BJP is more stronger, therefore Congress and Aam Aadmi, if coming together, they will defeat the BJP. Both proved wrong. BJP again clinched all 7 seats of Delhi since, continuously since last 3 times, 2014, 2019, and 2024. All 7 seats BJP won, and Congress won better number of seats than the Aam Aadmi Party in Punjab. BSP is bringing alignment with SP and Congress despite historical rivalries. This indicates that survival and power consolidation now matter more than ideological commitments. Coalition politics and federalism. Coalition politics has played a dual role in India's federal structure. Positive steps, aspects, empowered regional parties and voices. Decentralization decision-making in earlier coalition eras. Forced consensual building and checks on authoritarian tendencies. Negative aspect, encourage policy paralysis as consensus among diverse coalition partners often delays or dilutes important decisions. Promotes opportunistic alliances where ideology is sidelined in favor of electoral arithmetic and power sharing arrangements. Leads to political instability with frequent threats of withdrawal by allies and vulnerability to internal dissent. Results in weakened central leadership as the Prime Minister must constantly negotiate with allies, limiting bold and coherent policy initiative. Post 2014 trends, BJP's dominance has led to little bit centralization of power, allegations of misuse of central agencies, ED, CBI, etc. to pressure the state government, frequent imposition of president rule and toppling of the state government through defections, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, the GST Council, Niti Aayog and cooperative federalism promises a platform, but critics argue that true autonomy is being diluted. Thus, coalition politics post 2014 exist within a conflicted federal framework where the center exerts dominance while states attempt resistance via coalitional counterweights. Modi turned Indian parliamentary election a United States presidential race. In both 2019 and 2024 election, Modi managed to presidentialize a parliamentary election by making the election principally a vote on his leadership. Here, the position leadership deficit was the mirror image of Modi's exalted status. There was not a single opposition leader who had the stature or popularity to favorably compete head to head with Narendra Modi. 2024 and beyond. In an evasive 2018 essay, the eminent political scientist Suhas Ulsikar characterized the BJP under Modi as a classic example of hegemonic political party. Ulsikar defined hegemony as having two components, ideology and electoral performance. He argued in this article that BJP has performed well on the both fronts and willing to consolidate it and also willing to implement its ideological commitments. In July 2025, Modi crossed India's Indira Gandhi's as a second longest continuous prime minister, as Indira had 4,077 days record, which Modi has crossed in July, I think 24 or 23 with 1,478 days in continuity. As India heads into a new electoral cycle, coalition politics remain unpredictable yet essential. The BJP position, thou dominant BJP is seeking new allies and electoral strategies in Tamil Nadu, Kerala, and Telangana. Although in Telangana, in 2019 and 2024 Lok Sabha election, BJP did well, got almost 1/4 of the total seat. But in Tamil Nadu, BJP was failed to open an account in 2019 and 2024, although they opened an account in Kerala in 2024. Modi's popularity remained high, but anti-incumbency and regional resistance may compel border alliance making. India bloc and return of national coalitions. If India bloc manage seat sharing, messaging coherence, and voter trust, it may revive competitive coalition federalism. Their success will depend on whether electoral arithmetic can overcome ego clashes and regional contradictions. The possibility of post-poll coalition. In a hung parliament scenario, post-poll alliances may return, resembling the 96-99 phase with both risk and democratic potential. Coalition politics to transition. Coalition politics in post-2014 India has undergone a structural transformation. It is no longer defined merely by mutual dependency, but by asymmetrical alliances, strategic calculations, and the centralization of authority. At the same time, state-level coalitions remain vibrant, messy, and reflective of India's plural society. The period reveals a paradox with coalition government have declined at the center. Coalitional politics as a method of negotiation, power sharing, and survival has only intensified. The coming years will likely witness a revival of reformation of coalition modules depending on electoral outcomes and the adaptability of political actors. If the words of political scientist Rajni Kothari, in the words of political scientist Rajni Kothari, Indian democracy survives not because it is perfect, but because it is flexible. Coalition politics, in both its promise and problems, amplify this enduring democratic flexibility. Based on the given data, it seems reasonable to profess that greater confidence that since 2014, India has indeed embarked on a new chapter in its political journey. Gone are the days of Congress dominance, but India's grand old party has clearly been replaced by a new formative political force in the BJP. Right from 2014 to 24 general election, it is now clear, judging by a multiplicity of criteria, that India is the midst of new dominant party system. In the meanwhile, if you will draw the basic conclusion out of the given situation, particularly part 2 of the coalition politics 2014 up to 2025, 3 Lok Sabha election occurred during that stipulated period. 2014 BJP got clearly elected, broken 30-year record. 2019 BJP got 303, broken many previous record, and 2024 BJP got only 240 seat, but again broken many record, because after Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, no incumbent prime minister have been able to continue third time prime ministership. This particular scenario has many takeaways. One of the most important is that if opposition is serious and willing to give a very tight fight to BJP-led NDA in 2029, they must come out with a clear-cut leader. Gone are the days when you will say that Ala command, high command will decide after the election. Nobody will believe in. Now, prime ministerial candidate, election, parliamentary election in India has been converted as a presidential election of the United States, where both sides have to show their leader. Because India is not such a impoverished India. India has $5 trillion economy. Fourth economy India is right now. So managing India should be the basic criteria of the selection of prime minister. And all alternative prime minister of major dominant political parties should come out with the idea how they will enhance, how they will propel the economic might of the country. And people of India are keenly watching that how you are going to perform, how you are going to achieve. Friends, let me recall your kind attention that people of India is the real and actual custodian of democracy. Even though you have promised that you will bring stars from the sky, and in last 5 years, suppose you could not brought stars from the sky, but you did send seminal transformation into the life of the common man. You expanded infrastructure. You expanded the glory of the country. You expanded the span of the economy. Then people of India understood that your efforts are genuine, your dedication is genuine, although you have not performed as you promised, but people of India will vote you. And that precisely has happened in 2019, and that precisely has happened in 2024. Modi has not performed well in many directions, on many arenas, but people of India judged him what he has performed already, and guessed that Modi has tried his level best, His intentions are very clear. And as Mahatma Gandhi has stated, that if you have to test any democratic order, then you have to make a parameter. And that parameter is the poorest person of the society. If their life has changed a little bit, then only democracy has its meaning. In last 11 years, Modi has tried in this particular arena also. Ujjwala gas yojana, drinking water facility, sanitation, etc., Swachh Bharat, and many such direct transfer of money to the beneficiary account, etc., have been by and large successful. Congress leader Shashi Tharoor has accepted this reality that we can accuse Modi government on many fronts, but they have provided basic amenities at the doorstep of the beneficiaries. So, on both fronts, in India now, elections are very competitive. You can't win the election only performing on one front. You know, so performing on welfare is nature of the state, providing basic amenities to the at the doorstep of the poorest of the poor, and at the second area, expand the infrastructure, propel the glory of the country, etc., is also willing to play. Because, my dear friend, you are getting the votes not only your hard work, but also through a positive narrative. So Modi has been successful since last 11 years to create a positive narrative, and people of India has accepted those narratives. Opposition have been failed on both fronts. They have not been given a very dynamic leadership to contest Modi. And second, they have not also shown a unique, stand of united opposition. In 2024, when India Alliance came into being, by the way, it was not a very solid alliance, but somehow it came as an alliance, but people of India gave them a good number of seats, 232 seats, only 52 seats different, 293 Modi-led NDA and 232 is UPA. And India Alliance, although leader of the India is still not clear who is the leader. So that particular point was also highlighted by Omar Abdullah, Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister, that if we will be able to provide clear-cut leadership, then we will be able to fight Modi more effectively. But that has a two-pronged sword, that if that person actions are not equal or better than the leadership which has been projected by BJP, today Modi is a candidate, tomorrow Yogi will be the candidate, then their actions will be comparably will be analyzed with the opposition leader one. Today are not the days that you will say that we will be elected, we will be sitting, and then we will be choosing the prime minister. Nobody will support you on that particular line. Things are very now different. 20 years later, the things were very different. Today, things are entirely different. So, the lessons of this experiment of coalition politics 1 and coalition politics 2 remains very clear, that opposition and ruling board dispensation must be very, very clear about leadership, about their mechanism to upgrade the country's overall might, and they must also be abided by democratic procedures. If any political party will prove their credential to fulfill all these criteria, then people of India will sustain their leadership. We should not forget that people of India have also witnessed the kind of instability at the center, where every 2 year, every 1.5 year, every 2.5 year, there is an election. So one election causes almost 2 lakh crore rupees load on the country's exchequer. And additionally, 3-4 months, everything is, stopped, no work because of the code of conduct, etc. So people of India think that those who will be able to provide strong leadership, stable leadership, pragmatic leadership, those who have dreamed to become India a Vishwaguru will only be given their, power. So people of India has become very matured. Education level has gone up. Media has become very powerful. Social media has become additional powerful. So given this prevailing situation, elections have become very, very, very competitive in India. I believe that political parties must be abided by the dharma of country first, party second. Then they will not only strengthen the maturity of Indian politics, but they will strengthen the country also, and they will come true on the people's aspirations as well. I think I should stop here, and now we can take some questions.
Hello, sir.
Ji, please proceed.
Sir, I have one doubt. How have coalition government affected public policy in India, sir?
Ji, can you be louder? Little bit louder.
How have coalition government affected public policy in India, sir?
How coalition government?
Affected public policy in India.
Public policy.
Yes, sir.
Oh, good. See, public policy, two elements are very, very important. Public policy will be formulated either one party dominance or multi-party system will be there. But the quality of the public policy is important. It is not, feasible that only stable government can give good policy formulation for the country. Even coalition government can give, but it's again depend on the quality of the leadership, about the pragmatism of the leadership. India can, Bhagsiri ji, I must recall your kind attention, when 1991 Narasimha Rao became Prime Minister, our exchequer had only $8 billion. Today we have $700 billion. And Narasimha Rao government was a minority government, only 235 seats, 40 seats lesser than the comfortable majority. But Narasimha Rao laid the foundation of the modern Indian development, economic policy, foreign policy. So policy formulation, Narasimha Rao, I believe, did in a massive way. I salute him, one of the first Indian Prime Minister who had accurate pragmatism. And just imagine, he had very limited number in the parliament, 40 lesser than the requisite 272, 273. But in policy formulation, he was superb. So, because he was so much pragmatic, dedicated to development of the country, therefore, he provided a very ideal situation for policy formulations. But you can't say same for others. Yes, Vajpayee also did that. But despite the fact that Vajpayee had almost 90 seats lesser than the requisite majority, only 180 seats in 98 or 99 both times. But Vajpayee had given a very good policy formulation, exploded nuclear bomb, Kargil, expanded India's trade, expanded India's infrastructure. So you need to be very, very ambitious. Country issue is like a family issue. Only 4, 5 clothes and 10 rooms are not enough. Many things requires to enrich a family, empower the society. Likewise for the country, sky the limit. So your vision, your pragmatism, your willpower. Kautilya says willpower is the biggest power. So how much dedicated you are for the promotion of the country's interest, that is important. So I believe it could be better in with the government which has fragile majority. It can't be with the majority government also. So it depends. Again, it comes to leadership. As a student of political science, we know that Italian Marxist thinker Gramsci stated, Antonio Gramsci, that leadership is the headquarter of any movement. So if leadership is very, very prompt, he or she could take very bold decisions for the country. So policy formulation could paralyze when there is extreme problem within the inherent contradictions of the coalition. But if coalition is positive for good policy formulation and leadership is positive, then policy formulation will take place in a very massive way for the betterment of the society and the country.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Bhagsiri. It was a very nice question.
Thank you, sir.
So I think almost all of you are from Karnataka.
Yes,
Only
sir.
two from others, sir.
Yes, sir.
Which
Sir,
other
majority from Karnataka, sir.
by name I can make out that I have been frequent to Karnataka. I think I have traveled almost 15 times since last 20 years to different part of Karnataka. Even Mysore I have visited.
Sir.
So, I mean, we all are political scientists. So why you people are so silent? And the majority of more than half participants are women. So women participation must be taken into account. But women here are comparatively silent. Why?
Hello, sir.
Ji, please.
So recent time the regional parties are making a major role in the coalition government without their ideology. But there was any effect on the integrity and harmony of the nation, sir?
You mean to say your question is that regional parties are disturbing country's unity, etc.?
What my question is,
Yeah.
sir, the regional parties are the major role playing in the formation of the coalition government without their ideology or compromising their ideology. But national parties are sometimes are compromised for the regional interests. That is, has any effect on the integrity or the unity of the nation, sir?
See, there is no format where you can categorize it. Even regional parties can contribute very nicely for the larger development of the country. And even a single party can disturb the larger development due to its ego, due to its political arrogance, brutal majority arrogance, etc. But I believe that there must be a synergy between political interest and the country's and democratic interest. Both need to be synchronized, and then only a nation will be duly developed.
Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Ji, afternoon.
Sir, what are the main reasons behind the coalition politics, growth of coalition politics in India, sir?
What are the main?
My question is reasons behind the growth of coalition politics in India.
Growth of coalition parties or regional parties?
Coalition politics in India, sir.
Coalition, regional parties, you are asking.
Sir.
Okay, fine. See, the growth of regional parties are due to regional variations. As we know that India is a quite ethnically diverse country, mosaic of culture, mosaic of languages, mosaic of local format of folk songs, and many other divergences and diversities. So, in many places, regional political forces have been able to convince the local population that they are the best preserver of their cultural mosaic. Therefore, the people of that particular state vested their political power into those political parties who are supposed to be regional. But there are other variations also. In Uttar Pradesh and Bihar, caste is a major motivator of regional party. You know, in Bengal, you can say no caste, no ideology, but I mean only formidable force. So after the departure of left, Mamata Banerjee took the place. Now BJP is willing to throw Mamata out of power and capture the power. So Bengali is another set of cases. So you have different set of causes of the growth of regional party in different places. You know, what is true in Tamil Nadu for DMK and AIDMK, that is also true for CPM in Kerala. CPM in Kerala is a regional party. It is not, although technically it is a national party, but practically it is a regional party in Kerala. But BJD, Biju Janata Dal, is following the same dictates which DMK in Odisha, which DMK is following in Tamil Nadu. And whatever Rashtriya Janata Dal is doing in Bihar, proposing, I mean, flourishing herself on the basis of caste equation. The same thing Samajwadi Party is doing in Uttar Pradesh. So you have different regions in different regions of India. I mean, somebody has opened their, I mean, their mic is open. Kindly close it, please.
ಸರ್ ಯಾರ್ದೋ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಅನ್ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸರ್.
Any other question?
Thank you, sir.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Ji, I can listen. Please proceed.
Sir, I have one observation.
Please.
In the name of the coalition politics, many parties join their hands to hold the political power of the nation. But they are forgetting their political ideology and principles. In this respect, in the elections of the nation, ideology is become irrelevant or what, sir?
Your question is not very clear. You are saying that political parties are leaving their ideologies for the sake of power. This is the question.
Yes, sir. Yeah, yes, definitely.
Okay, fine, fine. See, sometimes political parties are compelled to adjust with their ideologies in terms of power. Because people gave you mandate, first factor of people's belief in you is that you will govern. So if you will discard the power and disrespect the people's writ, people's mandate, then people will punish you. Political party knows it very well. As Atal Bihari Vajpayee led BJP, put Ram Janma Mandir issue, etc., core issue side because they declared that when they will have majority, they will do it. Right now, they have no majority, so they will push them aside. So that is not, I mean, bad, but when for the sake of power, any political party is throwing their entire ideology into the dustbin, then it is a objectionable one. I think political party must keep their face acceptable to the people in terms of ideological commitments. If they are aligned with any ideology, then they must be avoided by that ideology. They can alter little bit for the sake of political compulsions, but they can't erase their political ideology for the sake of power. If they will do, and they are doing already, your apprehensions are true. So then these political parties are losing their, I mean, faith in public, and people
Yes,
who are voting them last time are not voting them next time in that proportion, in that quantum, and that is detrimental to that particular political party also.
yes. Thank you, sir.
Any other question or comment?
Sir,
Sir, I am Basuraj.
Please proceed.
sir,
Sir, I have one question.
regarding this coalition government, is there any electoral reforms need to be formulated, sir, regarding coalition government?
Your voice has gone down. Please
Sir,
be
can you
louder.
hear me, sir? Can you hear me, sir?
Now listening well.
Sir, with regard to coalition government, is there any electoral reforms as to be formulated? Is there any need for electoral reforms?
Very good question. Electoral reforms are long due, and many electoral reforms have already been done. But in a parliamentary democracy, you can't do electoral reforms which can erase all the evils which is prevailing. So better to educate the political parties, their leadership, and I believe that gradually this problem is getting resolved because the biggest teacher in democracy is people. And people of India are really teaching proper lesson to political parties for their mistakes. And I believe that people's mandate is the biggest discipline maker for the political party. And if political parties are afraid to anybody, they are afraid from the people's anger. So I think that particular political reform is needed from our side. And otherwise, in democracy, you can't put many restraint over political activities, because if you will do so, then democracy and democratic framework will be very weak. So better to educate the political party, and better to make accountable them in the prism of the people of India. And I think the incoming evolving political architecture of India is rushing towards that end, and that is a very good development.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Sir, I am Baswaraj.
जी वासवराज जी बताइए.
Sir, whether central coalition politics is harmful for Indian federalism?
See, you have Basavaraj ji, you have both model. Indira Gandhi had a one-party dominance. So she
Yes.
removed the elected government for more than 50 times. Even, but when the Janata Party, a party which came on the promise that they will remove all those political wrong which Indira Gandhi did during her lifespan, did the same mistake. They also misused Article 356. So you can't say like this, a stable government could be detrimental to federalism, an unstable government could be detrimental to the federal character. Because may I recall your kind attention that when Atal Bihari Vajpayee was the Prime Minister in 1998, Jayalalitha, a leader of the AIDMK, put only one precondition, that you have to, central has to arrest or dismantle DMK. So that kind of demand cannot be accepted. So the result was the fall of the Vajpayee government. So, I mean, different situation, different parties. So there is hardly any framework. But I believe that if I am a Prime Minister of India and you are a leader in Karnataka, I am dependent on your 10 seats, and you are saying to do something nasty against your political opponent, rather I should resign better than to accept your evil demands. So Prime Minister should have that kind of political courage, and then only you can save the federal structure. Otherwise, federalism is getting strengthened within one party system or get derailed in within coalition system. So there is hardly any parameter which can strengthen the federal structure. But yes, the perpetuation of politics is poised to support federal tenets.
But certain political, especially regional political parties, go for blackmail politics for grants and for some other benefits from the central government. That's why I asked this question, sir.
Yeah. It is very clear from